you were suspended from Princeton, and when you went back, was there some arrangement made about the room you were to have?
Yes. My dad requested a single room, and I think they had tried to give me a single room, but it was like in a 7-man area. Somebody had just moved out that lived in a single room in that little area, so I guess that was supposed to be mine. But since I was coming in mid-year, the boys had rearranged their rooms and somebody was already in there.
What did you do?
I called my dad. Situations like that, I always called my dad immediately.
Did your dad give you some advice?
Yeah, he said that obviously was supposed to be my room, and the boy was off on a training trip with the crew team, so my dad told me just move the guy's stuff out. I told him I think we should wait till the kid came back and maybe I could work it out or something, because if I just move the guy's stuff out, I'm not going to get along in that room. But my dad was pretty upset that they had put me in a 7-man room to begin with. He told me just move the guy's stuff out and call me when you're done.
So did you move the stuff out?
I moved the stuff out, and the other kids had the reaction I thought they would have. They were very upset and wouldn't talk to me. And when the guy came back, he moved my stuff out and put his stuff back in and moved my stuff into the hall. I don't want to have a problem with him, so I just slept in the hall, had a bed there, and I just lived in the hallway between the rooms.
For how long?
Almost 2 weeks.
Did something happen then?
My dad found out, and he was furious that I was in the hall. Told me to go down, talk to the head of the college, and demand a new room. So I went and I asked him. They found me a room far away from where I originally was supposed to be in the college I was in. I moved all my things in there, and I called my dad and told him that it was great, I found a room. And then eventually, within a day or so, found out where the room was, and was really upset again that I had allowed myself to be moved out of the area where I was supposed to live, and said that I obviously couldn't handle the situation. He was going to call himself. That made me real nervous. I wasn't sure who he was going to call or what he was going to say, but like the next day, I was called in to talk to the head of the college.
What kind of mood was the head of the college in?
He said that my dad was an asshole, and that nobody had ever talked to him like that before, and that he had a new room for me. And he was very hostile to me. I just tried to tell the guy that I didn't have anything to do with it. I liked the other room, and he said that I was just a chip off the old block, and I was spoiled, and I just wanted a new room. So I had my old man call and curse him out. Dad was able to get me a double-sized room right next to where I was supposed to be.
So you were back around all of the people that you'd been around with in the beginning when you'd had the trouble by moving the guy's stuff out?
Yes.
Were they friendly to you?
They were not friendly to me.
Were you happy your dad had interfered in that way?
No, I was just complaining to my Aunt Terry that my whole situation at school was so bad that I just would prefer to live with her.
Did you tell your dad who'd made the situation worse?
No. I told him the room was great, and I was settled, and there was no more problems, and he didn't have to call anymore.
Why didn't you tell him you made things worse?
He just didn't tell my dad he was doing the wrong thing. My dad was a brutal guy. He did what he wanted. Even little problems like this, he had very severe solutions, and they almost always worked. If once a problem got to his attention, he handled it in his way. And there wasn't any, you should have done it this way, or I didn't appreciate that, or that would have been weak, and I wouldn't have done that.
It would have been weak if you said, you're hurting other people's feelings, you're making other people not like me?
Yes, because I was not supposed to be concerned with what other people thought about me. I was supposed to focus on my goals. He didn't really think that the kids at that school mattered anyway, because my dad was going to take me far beyond whatever these kids could achieve. But he felt that a great number of the kids were there because their dads were powerful, wealthy, connected, and that's where the help was going to come from, the contacts. So, get along with the kids insofar as you can, the fathers will help you out. And that's why I was at that school.
For the contacts?
Yeah.